Hey, Melinda Burkhart here, and I am just going to review with you quickly 4 steps to do on your Facebook profile to get leads, free leads for you from your Facebook profile in 4 easy steps, all right? Step number 1 is to set up your profile, your Facebook profile, to create interest to get people to follow you. Super easy to do. You first want to have a profile picture of you. Yes, that is you, not your dog, not your cat, not your boat, but you, all right? Clear picture, smiling face, and that's perfect, right? Not with the hat, not behind glasses. People, so that when they look at you, they see you, and then they'll like, oh yeah, she looks nice. I can relate to her. Second, cover photo. Have a cover photo of you in it, not your dog. Well, you can have your dog as well, but to have you, you can have like maybe a picture from a vacation or from a hike you went on. What you really want to do is express you, like get people to know you by your cover photo. So you don't really, a quote is not like the best thing to have for your cover photo. That is really like the hallmark of a marketer, is to have a quote as their cover page. So if that's what you definitely want people to like think of right when they see you, that's great. If it's not, then have a picture of yourself. Okay. In your intro, that's where you can have, a quote, something more specific to you. You definitely want to share yourself. Like, some people on their intro, there's no information. So when you're like, checking them out, it's really hard to connect because you don't know anything about them. You don't know like where they went to school, where they grew up, anything. So in your intro, it's a really nice place to share. Where did you grow up? Where did you go to school? What interests do you have? That's kind of what that is about. Another thing is your feature photos. That's the area right below your intro. Those photos, you control what goes there. So you want to have photos that are fun, that show who you are, like that show people maybe. That's where you can put some quotes or some great things. Again, this is all surrounding, all trying to get people to know you, right? It's the know, like, and trust factor. And of course, make sure your follow button is activated. So to get your follow button activated, you just go in the settings and make sure it's on. So that makes it really easy for people. You also want to make sure your profile is public, not friends only, family only, or private. If you are using Facebook for your business, to grow your home business, then it has to be public. If it's not, it's kind of like having a brick and mortar business, but never opening the door to your customers and having a close sign on your window. Okay? So public, public profile, follow button activated. So on your timeline, as you're posting pictures, that is where you're going to want to like demonstrate you're a person of authority. So have posts, have posts that show value, like share your knowledge, share your family, share your kids. If you love gardening, share that. So this is where people get to know you. And make sure there's pictures of you on your timeline. You can have pictures of everyone and fun things you do, but include pictures of you as well. That's really important. So step 2 is define and find your target audience. So first you want to define your target audience. And basically it's because you don't want to waste time talking to everybody, right? If this is about your home business, and I know like a lot of people's products are for everybody, right? Especially when you first get in the industry, you're like, oh yeah, who can be helped by your product? Oh, everybody needs it. Well, that might be true. Everybody could benefit from it, but not everybody's going to want it. And you're not going to want to like try to get it out to everybody, right? That's like throwing mud at the wall and seeing what sticks. So you don't want to waste your time. I'm sure you have much better things to do with your time, right? So what you want to try to do is to find people who are already interested into what you're doing, right? So a nice trick to kind of find your target market is think about you. Basically, your target audience is you. So that's the kind of person you can relate to, right? The person who is in the same space, has the same interests. Um, like me, I'm in my 50s. I'm a speech language pathologist, right? So I'm gonna be more comfortable talking to other women in their 50s versus like a young kid male who's in college. That's not where I am in my life right now. So um, when you kind of figure out that, right, now you can figure out, okay, so where do they hang out? Um, what are they interested in? And start thinking about that. What music do they like? Do they like to travel? Start thinking about the niches that you want to start investigating on Facebook, right? So you probably want a couple different ones. One definitely if you're in the home business, right? One for your home business, and but then one for you. Like what's your hobby? Do you like hiking? Then look at some cool hiking Facebook groups. Do you like horseback riding? Do you like traveling? Do you like painting? Go look at some groups that honestly like are a passion of yours or an interest of yours, and you'd be amazed about how many friends that you're going to find. And then who knows, like people they know, right? Those might be your future customers. So to go further, the third step in this 4-step process is to go further and find your target audience. So how do you find your target audience? Well, I just talked about it a minute ago. You can go into different groups and make connections and build relationships. And notice the word there, build relationships. That does not mean to go spam everyone. That does not mean to drop your link everywhere, right? It's about providing value. It's about making honest connections. So if somebody has a question, answer it if you know the answer it. If you don't know the immediate answer, Google it and then give them whatever you found on Google. It's about just getting involved and trying to help people, right? Not spamming. That said, there are those groups that are spammy groups. I mean, that's the whole intention of some groups, is to have people come in, share their business opportunity link, and then leave, or just continue sharing links. Yeah, you can definitely use those, right? So there are those spammy groups where it's okay to give your link in those groups, but be sure that when you're dropping links, you know what kind of group you're dropping links to, right? Other than the spammy groups, you do not want to be doing that. You want to just be developing honest and good relationships, conversations, and just getting to know people. Another really good place to find your target audience is in your own news feed. As you're scrolling through, maybe there's a post that really catches your eye and has a lot of responses already, right? So check it out, respond to that post, because everyone else who's responded is going to be notified that there's a response, there's a comment from you. So that's a way to get that conversation going. And when you think about it, when you, let's say, someone made a comment or a response that you really agree with, you can, in that post, agree to it. Everyone will be notified. And then you can private message that person and say, hey, Sally, I really agreed with your post, with your comment on X, Y, and Z. I was checking out your profile. It looks fun. I really think we could connect and be friends. And, you can just move on from there, right? But just be genuine about it. Another great place to get leads or to get, people in your niche, is to look at in your market, in your niche, who are the leaders, right? Go to their Facebook pages, go to their business pages, and scroll through. See if there's not a comment or someone you can relate to on their feeds. Then again, the same thing. comment, start a conversation, and then you can take it outside and private message them and see if there's a real connection there. If there is, great. If there isn't, then you just made another friend, right? It's all good. Another way is to start your own group. And I know that's kind of like, my own group. But if you think about it, it's perfect, right? If you start your own Facebook group, these are people who are interested in what you do, obviously, because they're in your group, right? So you get to help people in your group. You can really cultivate like a really nice culture in your group. And then if there's something that you learn of that can help them, you can share it. So it's perfect. The fourth step in this process is to create engaging and valuable content so that you can build trust. And this is in your profile, right? People follow people, not companies. So people want to follow other people they view as knowing what they're doing, view as people in authority. So if you're sharing content, if you're sharing posts, and if you're sharing the kind of lifestyle that they want, then they're going to follow you. So how can you do this on your timeline? There's a variety of different kinds of posts you can do. You can do engagement posts, and those are exactly what it sounds like, to engage people, that back and forth. So, and I have a whole PDF on engagement posts if you want it. There's asking questions. You can ask for opinions. You can share funny pictures and ask for comments. You can post where you're going if you've never been somewhere before. Maybe you're going to Frankfurt, never been there. What are the 2 places I really need to go? Everyone else who's been there is going to share, right? So those are some things to engage people, right? Get that back and forth going. You can do some quote posts. There's a ton of fabulous quotes, like really meaningful quotes out there that you can share if they grab you. And to add to that, if they really grab you, then say why that quote was so meaningful to you, And it's more eye-catching if you put it on a picture. So you can put a quote on maybe your own photo, or you can get a photo off of a free royalty-free picture off of like Pixabay, and you can overlay the words on that and share that. So that's better, or you can share a post, right, from someone else. You can, as you're sharing the post, the quote, you can ask if anyone else feels the same way you do, or you get engagement that way, right? Questions. Again, it's that asking questions thing. Value posts. Value posts are really good. You can provide value by sharing things you've learned, by sharing tips and tricks that you know about. And then once you provide, a couple different posts of value, if you then make something with an offer or with the call to action, then it's not so spammy because people have already received a lot of value from you with nothing asked in return. So the whole feel of it is different, right? And it's easy. Like if you're in the health and wellness industry, you can, like post about, I don't know, like 5 foods for younger skin, or 5 tips that can do X, Y, and Z for you. If you're in fitness, the best core exercises, the top 10 core exercises to really get your body rocking. If you're in the travel industry, the 5 must-haves if you travel to Europe, things like that. If you can market your value, right? those are different kinds of posts. You can say things like, oh, I just sat, oops, hear the sirens. I just had a training. I just went through a training and I want to share it with you. You know, that way you can just, again, give value, give knowledge, right? And you can do longer posts too. It doesn't have to be a short one. You can always do like a longer post. And the most critical one, or a critical one of all the different kinds of posting, is lifestyle, right? People, again, join people, not companies. So people want to see what you have. People want to see your lifestyle. People want to see that you're having fun as well. So post about that. If you go on a trip, post about it. Not when you're on the trip necessarily, right? They don't recommend letting everyone on Facebook know that your house is empty, but after the fact. If you're on a team, celebrate wins from your teammates, right? In a graceful way, not spammy way, not like, but there's a graceful way to do it. There's a nice way to do it, right? Just to share with people like, hey, I have a team and our team's really successful and our team's rocking it, and just sharing, right? So a final way to really kind of liven up your Facebook profile is by sharing stories, doing Facebook stories. So, people, again, in Facebook, they're not going to Facebook to buy stuff. They're going to Facebook to socialize, to get to know people, to have conversations. So that is the primary thing that you want to do on Facebook. And if it so happens that someone can be helped by something you have, great. And if not, then that's okay, because you've made some really fantastic friends. All right? So I hope this helped. The 4 steps to get your Facebook rocking for free leads, remember, are setting up your profile page to create, interest, define your target audience, and then find your target audience, right, in different niches, and then create engaging posts. All right, hope that helped. Bye-bye.